Welcome to another episode of Cooking Healthy with Coastline. I'm Caitlin Ferreira, registered dietitian, and today I'll be working us through a couple recipes using spiralized vegetables. Fun fact, March is National Noodle Month, so I thought it was a great time to incorporate a spiralizer. If you've heard of one, it grinds vegetables into what looks like noodles. The two recipes I'll be doing today incorporate zucchini and summer squash veggie noodles. They're often called zoodles, so it's really fun to say. And they're very easy, and I'll get to it. I'll start. So before I begin, I'm going to heat up a pan for our zoodles with some spray oil. Okay. And if you're not familiar with how a spiralizer works, some simple steps. You want to put some pressure on the base. If you have this style, there are some that you crank with your hand, but I think these are a little bit more, a little bit easier to use, much easier to use. So put a little pressure on because they have a suction for the countertop. There's a little handle here, okay, and that's going to help you guide the vegetable once you're spiralizing. And the vegetable that you use, you want it to have a solid core and at least an inch, inch and a half if you can in diameter. That's going to get you a good thickness for the noodle. So you want to put it one side into the base, slide this part over until it's secure, hold this little handle on the other side that's closer to you, and crank. As you can see, there wasn't enough pressure on this side. Okay, and then you're just going to crank until the vegetables come out the other end. I have a plate there to catch the vegetables as they collect. So really simple. As you can see, it can get a little bit messy, but it's very fun, super easy. And I really enjoy using this because it cuts down preparation and cooking time significantly. If you wanted to, you could save the pieces that are left from the spiralized vegetables. You could chop them up, and we could actually add them to our zucchini fritters. That's our next recipe. So I might hold on to these. Okay. I'm going to continue with the next half of the zucchini. Okay. It was a little long, so I had to cut it in half. I'll have to do that with the next couple squashes we use. And you can really use any kind of vegetable with a solid core, like I said. So some other great options to spiralize are carrots, turnip, beets are great. They can be a little bit messy, but they are delicious and they cook so much quicker. Also, sweet potato. They're a little bit tougher, of course, so just be careful of just be considerate of the texture of the vegetable that you use. I'm going to keep going over here. Make some more room. And for some variety, I'm actually going to just jump over to the summer squash, so it's not all green zucchini. All right, I'm going to cut this in half again because it's just too large for the spiralizer. Great, there you go. Well, actually, I'm going to spiralize the onion as well. That's going to be used in our recipes today. Like I said, it just makes preparation so much easier. And it can be a lot of fun if you're maybe cooking with children. This is something that they can do, and it's, again, so easy, a lot of fun. There's definitely a lot of recipes available for zucchini noodles. So when they get to be in season in the summer and they're really nice, good size, that's a great time to incorporate some of those zoodle recipes. So some of the vegetables here are a little bit long, as you can see, and we really don't want to cook with them like that. So what I'm going to do is transfer all of it to a cutting board, and I'm just going to trim them those are good. They're not too long. So just a nice rough chop across the whole bunch so that they're not too long, but they're still fun like noodles. Okay, that's perfect. All right, so we'll do the onion, and it looks like our pan might be just about ready. We're gonna start with the tomatoes in the pan. Okay. There you are. Cutting an onion has never been so easy. Although, I spoke too soon. It really has to be in the center, or else it won't work properly. There we go. Just giving it a little bit more pressure. And as you can see, look at that. Just cutting an onion, even if it's not being used as a noodle, it just makes the cooking so much easier. Okay. So I'm going to put some, tomato into our pan. I'll just do one there. There you go. I'm going to use a little garlic powder and some crushed red pepper. A little more. Just for a couple minutes. So this dish we're making is a caprese pasta. And although we're using the zucchini noodles, I would absolutely recommend using regular pasta if you like them. It's just the spiralizer makes cutting vegetables, again, so much easier. And adds another crunch to the dish, adds some more fiber, some extra vitamins and minerals, those antioxidants that are abundant in our fruits and vegetables and our plant foods. So it just adds another layer to a dish. I'm not using pasta today because I just wanted to show you how full a meal can seem even without that pasta. But not to say that you have to get rid of pasta. I love pasta. Happy National Noodle Month. All right, so I'm going to put some of the zucchini in our pan. Toss them for a couple minutes. Because the zucchini is so finely chopped now, after being spiralized, it really doesn't need much time cooking, which is great. Cuts back preparation, and in a few minutes, this dish will be ready. There you are. I'm gonna add some fresh basil. And you can chop these if you'd like. I'm a big fan of basil, so I like to keep them slightly larger. And I'm just gonna rip them into some uneven pieces. There we go. I'm gonna add a couple more pinches of garlic powder. The crushed red pepper. It's a really light dish, and you could add some chopped chicken, any kind of ground meat that you like, any kind of protein that you prefer. Even some beans would be good in here. But for simplicity, I just wanted to show you what it could be like, leaving the vegetable noodles as the highlight of the dish. And there you are. I'd say that they're done. If you like them a little bit softer, you could keep them in, but I like the zucchini to be a little al dente, so there's a bit of a crunch. There you have it. You could top with a couple extra fresh leaves of fresh basil. And there you are. Oh, and the mozzarella. I forgot one of the biggest components here. And there you are. So now that that's done, I'm going to start on our zucchini fritters. We're going to use the onion and squash that was left over. We'll give them another extra rough chop. Okay. I'm going to toss them all into a mixing bowl here. So I've got this heating up. I'm using a griddle just so that the fritters get nice and crispy. I'm going to add some extra oil to the griddle here. So mixing into our spiralized and chopped zucchini and onion, I have 1 egg beaten. 1 egg. Some breadcrumbs. You can use any kind of flour that you like. You could even use oats if you wanted. Just enough to give it something to hold on to keep it held together. Some garlic powder. Fresh chopped parsley. And not using measurements here, just kind of following my eye. You could use these ingredients in as much or as little quantities as you like. And some crushed red pepper. If that's too hot for you, you don't have to add it. I think it just elevates the flavor a little bit. Okay. Use a fork to mix everything here together. I really like making zucchini fritters as like an appetizer or a pre-meal snack. It's just so quick, and it's also a great way to use up some vegetables maybe that that might be going bad, or they look like they're on their way out. So you can toss other vegetables in here if you'd like. I'm going to add a little bit more parsley and green onion as well. Forgot those. And when your surface is warm enough, in fact, I might do a little bit more breadcrumb. Okay. You could use a scoop if you have one. If not, doesn't need to be a perfect circle. Doesn't need to be perfect at all. So just take a spoonful or forkful and lay it out there in the pan. Try to fit in another one here. could be a little bit more strategic on where you place them so you could fit another one there. You just wait a couple minutes for it to brown on one side, flip it, and then they'll be good. So just be gentle because they may fall apart. There you are, there's one. And there. They're basically like little scrambled egg patties with some vegetables, with some spiralized vegetables. And they would recommend waiting until they're cooled down. But you can enjoy them as they are. You could have them with some fried eggs maybe, maybe a little sour cream or any kind of sauce that you like. So there are 2 recipes incorporating spiralized zucchini and summer squash. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cooking Healthy with Coastline. For more information, visit coastlinenb.org.